What if the key to a sharper memory and a calmer mind wasn't in a textbook or a new app, but was actually on your dinner plate? Welcome back to WellthSync. Today, we're exploring the profound connection between what you eat and how you think, feel, and remember. I'm joined by my AI companion, Chris.
It's great to be here. The role of nutrition in cognitive health is one of the most exciting fields in modern science, and the research is clear. The path to a sharper mind and a healthier memory is paved by the food on your plate.
Let's start with the basics. When people talk about the brain, they often focus on intelligence or emotion, but rarely on its sheer physical needs. Can you explain why the brain is such a high-energy organ?
Think of it as a supercomputer. The brain accounts for just 2% of our body weight, but it uses up to 20% of our daily energy. This energy powers everything from conscious thought to managing bodily functions. A stable supply of high-quality fuel is non-negotiable.
So, if the brain demands so much energy, how does it actually get fuel? What's the link between what's on our plate and how our mind functions?
The brain's preferred fuel is glucose, which comes from the carbohydrates you eat. A diet high in refined carbs can send your blood sugar on a wild roller coaster, leading to brain fog, mood swings, and poor focus. Over time, this can even lead to insulin resistance in the brain, a condition some scientists refer to as type 3 diabetes, which severely impairs cognitive function.
That's fascinating. So managing blood sugar isn't just for physical health, it's for mental clarity too. I've also heard that ketones can become a key energy source for the brain, is that right?
That is correct. Ketones are an alternative fuel for the brain, made from fat, especially when carbs are scarce, like during fasting or with a ketogenic diet. Some research suggests ketones are a cleaner, more efficient fuel for neurons. This dual fuel capability reflects the brain's amazing adaptability.
We can't discuss brain health without mentioning the gut-brain axis. Why is this so important?
The gut-brain axis is one of the most exciting discoveries in neuroscience. Your gut is lined with millions of neurons and is often called our second brain. It's also home to trillions of microorganisms known as the gut microbiome. When this system is in balance, it supports clear thinking and stable moods. If it's disrupted, it can lead to neuroinflammation, a key factor in depression and cognitive decline.
So the food we eat is literally feeding the ecosystem that produces the chemicals that regulate our mood. That really brings us to nutrition itself, the nuts and bolts of what keeps our brains healthy. Can you walk us through the most important macronutrients?
Of course. Let's start with fats. The brain is about 60% fat by dry weight. Unsurprisingly, the right fats, especially omega-3s like DHA and EPA from fatty fish and algae, are essential for building healthy cell membranes, supporting quick communication between neurons, and fighting inflammation.
And what about proteins and carbohydrates?
Proteins provide amino acids, the building blocks for neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which govern mood and focus. Complex carbs supply slow, steady glucose and provide fiber to feed your good gut bacteria, ensuring they produce the beneficial compounds that keep your brain healthy.
Let's talk micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals. How do those come into play?
Think of them as the spark plugs for all brain activity. B vitamins, especially B6, B9, and B12, help regulate homocysteine, a compound linked to cognitive decline. Antioxidants, like vitamin C and E, and flavonoids from berries act as a defense force against oxidative stress. Minerals like magnesium, zinc, and iron help with everything from memory to energy transmission.
Hey everyone, just pausing for a moment. If you're finding this deep dive into neuronutrition valuable and are learning new ways to fuel your brain, I would be so grateful if you could take a second to support the channel. Every like and comment on this video tells the YouTube algorithm that this is valuable content, helping to share this important health information with more people. And if you want to continue exploring the science of well-being with us, please hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to join our community and support what we're building here at WellthSync. Thank you so much. Your support means the world. Okay, let's get back to the most powerful brain-healthy foods you can add to your diet.
This brings us to one of the biggest concerns out there, memory and cognitive decline. How does all this translate into protecting our memory as we age?
Great question. Memory is shaped by the health of our neurons and their connections, known as synaptic plasticity. Over time, inflammation, oxidative stress, and the buildup of toxic proteins like amyloid plaques can disrupt this process. This is the hallmark of diseases like Alzheimer's. However, research shows certain dietary patterns can dramatically reduce these risks and keep our brains resilient.
I know the MIND diet is a favorite among researchers. Can you break down what it is and why it works so well?
The MIND diet stands for Mediterranean-Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay. It cherry-picks the best brain-supporting elements from those two famous diets. It emphasizes 10 brain-healthy food groups, including leafy greens, berries, nuts, olive oil, whole grains, and fish. It also advises limiting 5 unhealthy groups like red meats, pastries, and fried foods.
It sounds simple, but powerful. Could you name a few standout foods or ingredients listeners should add to their diet?
Absolutely. Look for dark leafy greens for folate and antioxidants, berries for their unique plant pigments, fatty fish or algae oil for DHA, nuts and seeds for healthy fats and vitamin E, and foods like eggs for choline, a nutrient key to memory and learning. Spices like turmeric are also powerful anti-inflammatories.
As we wrap up, I'd love for you to touch on how diet interacts with other lifestyle factors. What else should people be mindful of for lifelong brain health?
Diet is foundational, but it works best as one part of a holistic lifestyle. Physical exercise produces the wonderful brain protective molecule BDNF. Deep sleep is when your brain's glymphatic system cleans out metabolic waste. And managing stress is crucial to prevent high cortisol from damaging the hippocampus. Keeping your mind active with new learning, that's key to keeping your cognitive abilities resilient.
That's such an empowering message. We may not control everything about aging, but we can make choices today that help keep our minds sharp and plastic, even under stress. Thank you, Chris, for shedding light on the science of neuronutrition.
You're welcome. Every food choice is a chance to nourish not just your body, but your mind. And even small changes can make an incredible difference over time.
That's all for today's episode. Until next time, feed your brain, cherish your memories, and keep learning.